So I have my Monday.com CRM on the left and I have OpenPhone on the right. The goal is that whenever I add a contact on my Monday CRM, that contact is created in OpenPhone automatically. There you go. I forgot to add a phone number, so let's do that quickly. There you go, pretty quickly. So I built this automation using Zapier, and I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. It's very, very, very easy. Hey there, I'm Andres. I work at Connex, and we are an automations and integrations agency. So we can build this automation for you, as well as automate any of your workflows. If you're interested in learning how we can help you integrating these apps, look at the description below. There is a link to book a free discovery call with us. We will go into details how you use your tech stack, your apps, and provide you with an estimate for this automation project. Otherwise, keep watching so you'll learn how to build this yourself. Now, let's build this using Zapier. First thing you need to do is create a Zapier account. Don't worry, that's free. Also, you need OpenPhone. If you have that already, great. Otherwise, sign up using the link in the description below to get 10% off of your subscription. Once you log into Zapier, hit on Create Zaps. This is the interface to build automated workflows. When building Zaps, we plan ahead using the formula when this happens. Do that because they map perfectly into the cars for the trigger and the action. So we are moving contacts from Monday into OpenPhone. So the trigger we want, start application. We click on the trigger card then and look for the Monday connector. The trigger event is new item in board. Select that. We connect our Monday.com account and select that as well. Hit continue. And then we need to configure which board are we monitoring. In my case, it's the contacts board. Then hit continue and then hit test trigger. What Zapier is doing here is pulling existing data, existing records, so we can play with it and understand what fields comes together. So if you click on any of these, you will see that we have the event description as well as the item fields here, like the group, the contact phone, among other fields like the item ID. So hit continue with selected record. And now what we want to do is create a contact in OpenPhone. So look for OpenPhone connector. The action event is to create or update a contact. Connect your OpenPhone account, hit continue, and now fill in these fields. We don't want to fill them manually like this, but we want to map the fields coming from the trigger. So this is dynamic, and whenever there is a new contact, this new contact is sent to OpenPhone. So for that, we click on Add Field Mappings. And for the first name, I'm going to bring in the post name. Now, for this Zap, I want to keep things pretty simple, but I map in the first name field. If you want to keep this separated, you need to add an extra step in between here to split that post name into first name and last name. Or if you store these fields separately in Monday, that makes it easier for automation purposes. In my case, I have them all together and I still want to keep this app simple, so I'm going to move forward with this. Also, if you store company name, you can bring this into OpenPhone as well. I don't have that in my CRM, so I will move forward with the rest. Phone numbers, I'm going to hit Add Field Mappings again and bring the phone number, contact phone. There you go. If you have email addresses, you can bring those too. Now, one important thing here is this ID. If you click this ID that is underlined, this will give you some tips about this field. So this says this is a unique ID of the contact from the source. When set, OpenPhone will attempt to update an existing contact that matches this ID. If not set, a new contact will be created every time. So we want to inform OpenPhone that this comes from Monday and this item has a specific Monday ID. So in the future, when we update contact in OpenPhone and we use the same ID, OpenPhone will not create a new contact. Say, for example, the contact changed phone number, or maybe you misspelled their name and you want to edit this from within Monday. What I'm going to map here is the item ID. If you don't know what an item ID is, every item in Monday has a unique identifier. Most of the times you can get this ID whenever you open an item. So I'm going to look for item ID here, hit continue, and then test step. Great. Last step is to hit publish, and this automation will start working from now on. It's always good practice to rename Zaps so you remember what they do later on. Now I'm going to show you how the other Zap works. It updates contacts. So the Zap is very, very simple as well. Let me edit this Zap so we can see the fields in more detail. Let's start with the trigger. So the trigger event this time is specific columns values change in board. The other option we can look for is new update in board, but this will trigger off of any column updates. We want to avoid that because otherwise your task consumption in Zapier would be very, very high. We only want to monitor specific values in the board. So I hit continue, and the only item I'm monitoring here is the phone. I have the name as an item name, but if I had the name and surname as specific columns, I could be monitoring them as well and adding them up here just by clicking on them like this. I only want phone for the time being, so I keep this as it is, hit continue, and then continue with any selected record. Then to set up the action, I click on the action card, select OpenPhone again, and create or update contact as the event. After selecting your account, click on configure, and you map the same fields again. So first name, last name, phone numbers, and very importantly, you map the item ID. Doing so, OpenPhone will update that contact again instead of creating a new one. Let me know in the comments below if this was easy enough for you. And if you need help, always reach out, use the free discovery call for that. Again, the link in the description section below. Cheers!